Day 28, 10:07 a.m. Ironically, after a blistering hot day that led to Lillian's death and the cancellation of this week's shopping task, we actually see a gloomy, dark, rainy day today. Great. Meanwhile, our housemates are still trying to enjoy the outside and trying to enjoy their time in the house all together, as a lot of them are now grieving after the loss of Lillian. Bryson and Gavin almost have an advantage because they didn't get to know Lillian that long, so neither of them are really that depressed. We see that Bryson is trying to relax in the bedroom. However, in the bed next to him, Jesse is sobbing underneath the covers. Bryson, probably feeling a bit awkward, takes this time to go ahead and comfort Jesse as much as he can.
Frung.
Oh, Moobney, Tanoba, huh?
Ew.
Chori. Fimpa?
Tima Yamp.
Oh, Maroba Yelik, Panel.
Pinaru. Jeffano. Jaspalamana.
I haven't really seen a friendship forming between the two of them up until now, but who knows, maybe they're gonna trauma bond and a nice friendship will form between the two of them. But I definitely think that Jesse is feeling this loss way more than anyone else, especially considering that they had a showmance with Lillian for a while as well. So there is a spot open in the bed next to them. Maybe Bryson can climb in?
Neely Bo Rislick.
Meanwhile, this isn't the first time we've seen Haven and Tyson talking in the shower. It seems to be their little hiding spot to get away from the rest of the house. And of course, Haven can't have a conversation without empathizing with people. That seems to be her favorite thing recently. She's done it with almost all of our housemates.
Fibna, Fina, Fintijongi.
And while Bryson seems to be mingling with almost everyone, Gavin is doing the complete opposite and is really keeping to himself. We'll have to wait and see how that reflects in next week's nominations. (2:38 p.m.) While Bryson begins earning some mixology skills by making himself a drink, in the bedroom, it looks as though Emma and Tice are doing their usual and woohooing once again. In the garden, it looks as though Kristen has joined Gavin in playing a game of chess. Could this be his first friend in the house?
Jaspaxine. Nurchel Quosenex. Jessene Lanaga. Girabu Bosch. Urbaquez. Seneca. Belindi.
However, it doesn't really seem that crying session or the talk that they had with Bryson has helped any, as Jesse is now sobbing in the bathroom. And I gotta say, I kind of love when they cry in the bathroom because it's like they're crying and then right beside them is someone taking a shit. And honestly, this time it's Sophia and she seems to love the sound of Jesse's tears. And of course, while on one side of the house we have Sims crying, the other side of the house is getting even more spicy and X-rated, while in the garden, it couldn't be more boring. (7:46 p.m.) Jesse is going through all the stages of grief and has officially moved on to anger. Thankfully, they are taking this out on the gym, on the weights, and not on their fellow housemates. And while Bryson is relaxing in the pool, besties Emmanuel and Kaylee are hanging out in the living room. But surprisingly, things actually aren't going that well between the two of them as they soon begin to argue. And I can't help but think that's my fault because no one is happy when they're around all these broken TVs. Oopsie. After Haven and Tyson talked in the shower for a couple of hours, finally Jesse goes in there to kind of check up on them, and they totally ignore them. And I think they kind of get that impression pretty soon and just turn right back around and leave.
Oh, Zilnoy.
Franch?
Deroy. Yibs.
Once the two are alone again, things do get kind of flirty. There's like complimenting of appearances and stuff like that going on between the two. But they're honestly both just so awkward and also paranoid at this point. Like after spending this much time in the house and after like that whole ghost task, it's left them all a bit traumatized after everything. So, I mean, Tyson is just like way too paranoid to fall in love or to start having those feelings, I think, even though the two of them are getting closer and closer. Emma soon enters the bathroom, and this really shows just how long they've been in the house together. It's been almost a month in Sims time, and Emma is totally able to strip down completely nude and bathe in front of them. But I guess you would be comfortable doing that if you woohoo in front of people every single day. So, I don't know, I guess it does make sense. But just to think about when they first moved in here, how they could barely use the bathroom in front of each other, but now they're able to just take baths and stuff. But they still won't share a bed. And again, we see Haven empathizing. Is that even how you say it? She keeps doing that constantly. I don't know if that's a glitch or what exactly. She like never really did it before, but now it's all the time. She just really wants to know what Tyson is thinking. She's like, "Do you like me? Do you like me?" And she's just not picking up a good reading. In the kitchen, however, we see that Sophia, Jesse, and Gavin are hanging out. Gavin is trying to mingle a lot with everyone, but he just doesn't really talk. He kind of sits and listens, while Bryson is actually doing the communicating and trying to form some bonds. But I don't think he's going to do too well sitting in the living room by these broken TVs, because it seems as though Kaylee and Emmanuel are still arguing, and I'm hoping it's not ruining their friendship. Meanwhile, in the storage room, there's kind of a twist going on. We see Tice and Kristen talking, and the two of them have had a friendship throughout the whole series. However, all of a sudden, it takes a turn. I don't know if love is just necessarily in the air or what, but he does start flirting with Kristen, and she's into it. And the two of them start flirting hard, like super fast, super quick. It goes from nothing to 100 just like that.
Susu. Sula bim.
Hey.
Huh.
Narfa? Dravoy.
Mwah. Ooh. Siwa.
Oh, Vadish.
Dirishi.
Whibney.
And in no time, the two of them are embracing and soon sharing their first kiss.
Ukanoi Sabrim Hishpa? Susu. Terrific.
Darna.
Why, Ref Sieg.
But, you know, with wicked whims installed, I'm surprised they even got to the first kiss stage before they started woohooing. But as soon as they kiss, the woohooing begins. This is Tice's second woohoo of the day, now with a different woman. And he just, bends her over in the storage room. Meanwhile, Emma is still there, you know? There are still people in the kitchen, and Jesse hears all of it, and so does Emma. And Emma soon walks on in to the storage room and sees the whole thing, and I was expecting a total blowout. But instead, she just says the room stinks, smiles, nods, and leaves. I was kind of shocked. I mean, it does make a little bit of sense because they aren't officially dating or anything, so maybe that's why it prevents her from getting jealous, but I was expecting a fight. "9:20 p.m.
Tobano.
Love still seems to be in the air tonight in the Big Brother UK house, and Kaylee is playing wingman for Bryson as she tries to hook him up with Sophia in the bathroom. And it seems to be going pretty well. Sophia is so hot and cold, though. One moment she's flirting with you, the next moment she's fighting you. So I'm sitting here, you know, on the edge of my seat, wondering exactly how this is going to go. And so is Kaylee as she plants herself right in between them. But of course, right when Bryson tries to heat things up, Sophia rejects him. Because Sophia has to be the one in charge. She has to be wearing the pants in any relationship that she's in. And so she rejects him for kissing her, but then she soon tries to kiss and embrace him. Like, that's totally fine, but if he does it to her, no, no, no. Finally, Sophia goes in for the first kiss, and it goes well. So well, in fact, that of course they immediately want to start woohooing, and they say yes. However, they picked the craziest location in the house to woohoo. Like, first of all, Emmanuel is now sad and upset, so he goes into the bathroom to cry. Kaylee gets the vibe of what's going on and leaves. And while Emmanuel is crying and having a paranoid episode in the stall, right next to him in the urinals is where Sophia and Bryson decide to hook up. The urinal? Like, Sophia is halfway through the wall. And of course, Emmanuel walks out. Even he's like, what the fuck is going on? And just kind of sadly walks away and goes into the shower, which is giving me flashbacks of what I was talking about earlier, where on the first few days, the Sims wouldn't even use the bathroom near each other and they would go into the shower to hide. We're now repeating that, but it's because Sophia is bent over a urinal. Anyway, in the garden, it actually seems more lively than it was during the day when it was so cloudy. We see Gavin is practicing his fitness on the punching bag, while Jesse is relaxing in the pool. And of course, Kaylee went and spilled all the drama to Haven and Emma, and all the tea that she just saw with Sophia and Bryson. I love that she hooks them up, she plays the wingman, and then immediately goes and tells everyone else. That being said, I am going to wrap up this episode here. And tomorrow we have another eviction where either Jesse, Tyson, or Sophia are going to be evicted. And I gotta say, I counted the votes last night. I'm filming it right now. And this is the closest vote ever. It's honestly so insane where I don't even think you're gonna believe the number of votes when I tell you them. Like, it's really crazy. So make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for the eviction, and of course make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff, because I'm not too sure if posting late is going to be my regular schedule. And if you want to be notified when all the new videos are posted, hit the bell and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.